our second day at Cedar Point. What kind of ride was that? I really love this ride. It's very average. I've changed my mind. I really love this one. Good morning from the parking lot of Hotel Breakers. We're here for our second day at Cedar Point. As you can see, it's very misty, but it's still warm, which is kind of crazy. But we're here for our second day at Cedar Point. We're going to do a lot more coasters, but first some breakfast. And we have this here. What is it? Crumble. If you haven't tried crumble yet, it's f***ing delicious, really. Look at these cookies, these are amazing, really. Love them. But first breakfast and then we're going into the park. Alright, we just entered the park again for our second day here at Cedar Point. Again with, of course, the view on Top Thrill 2 here. Such a shame it's closed, but anyway, we're going for our first ride straight away, which will be Iron Dragon, because we entered the park here thanks to the early entry of Hotel Breakers, and a few rides are open, including Iron Dragon. We skipped that ride yesterday. By the way, if you haven't seen the vlog from our first day, check it out here. But we're going for Iron Dragon right away, which is in, I believe it's an arrow suspended coaster. It's very much, it's the same kind of ride as the Bat in Kings Island, which was closed when we were there earlier this week. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this one will be open and will be. It's already. I saw it somewhere there. And where is it? There. I saw it riding already, so it's open. By the way, while we're walking to Iron Dragon, it's crazy to see, by the way, how misty it is. It's difficult to see all the roller coasters here because of all this mist. I don't think I've ever seen this much mist in a theme park. It's kind of creepy, but also cool looking. And hopefully it won't disturb the operations today, because that would be a shame. But anyway, we're here almost at the station of Iron Dragon, so let's do this. Okay, first ride of the day done, Iron Dragon. We didn't do it yesterday, but we did it today with the early entry here. It's a fun roller coaster, but it's nothing too spectacular. I think I'm just going to do this once this 3 days, because it's very similar to Dreamcatcher. It's a little bit faster maybe than Dreamcatcher in Bobby Island, but you have like not the floorless trains, of course, but it enforces, it doesn't do a lot. It's very average, but very average, very mediocre. But anyway, fun ride for families, but not really very thrilling or anything. But this one here is also open for the early entry Millennium Force, so we're going to do a second ride here on this great coaster. It's cool actually to see this one in the mist, or to not see it actually. Okay, we're actually not in the park anymore. We actually went back to the hotel because we forgot our credit card, and you need to use your credit card to pay for a locker, because Cedar Point, really a bad thing by the way, you cannot pay with your phone at the lockers, which is nowadays nowadays it's such a old school solution to have to pay with your credit card. But anyway, we took the opportunity also to have some breakfast at the hotel at Perkins. It's a breakfast chain, I guess, in the US. It was way too much. I had 2 eggs, 3 pancakes, combo thing with some bacon, some sausages. It was way too much, way too much. But that means, of course, we don't have to lunch here in the park. We can just use our time here to ride roller coasters and other rides. We just entered the park again. We're going straight for the lockers of the Magnum XL, this one here. And we're going to ride this big roller coaster. Okay, what kind of ride was that? Magnum XL-200. This is really a strange ride. It's quite a high one. It's quite a big one, but we were quite surprised how it's a very jerky ride, and yeah, it's not really smooth, and the profiling of the track is really weird. But somehow I really like this ride. It was like a bit out of control. It felt a bit like a wooden coaster, but then it was very strange. But I liked it actually, although it's not the best coaster in the park, but I liked it. And since we're here at the back of the park, we're going to try a Gemini, this wooden coaster. It's actually a dueling wooden coaster, but I'm not sure if they will open up the 2 sides, because I believe yesterday only the blue side was open, not the red side, or the other way around, I'm not sure actually. But we didn't try out this ride yesterday, so we're going to ride it today. It's opening in 5 minutes normally, because it's opening at noon, and it's 11:55, so that's 5 minutes. And like I already said in the last video, we have this ride and refresh ticket, so you get a free drink every 15 minutes on a refill station like this one. Let's hydrate some more because it's getting warm again, just like yesterday. But today we're not drinking the root beer. Today is just a normal 0 sugar Coke. Much better than the root beer. Jesus, that was disgusting. What the hell? But anyway, we're going to ride this wooden roller coaster here. Let's do it. We did both the blue side and the red side of Gemini. Really great coaster actually. I actually thought it was like a family coaster, like a very tame ride. First of all, I thought it was a wooden coaster. It's not a wooden coaster, it just has wooden supports with steel track. And secondly, it's not very family friendly. It's quite thrilling coasters with quite some big drops. It also has some airtime here and there, but just the drops and it's going quite fast. So I really didn't expect this to be this good actually. It was a really great ride. So I was glad to experience it twice, both the left side and the right side. This was really great ride. And since we're doing rides today, which we haven't done yesterday, we're going to do another one which we didn't do yet, which is Cedar Creek Mine Ride. It's like a mine train coaster. I believe it's even the same kind of ride type as Gemini. It looks kind of similar, the track design. But anyway, I don't know. Let's just do it. Alright, Cedar Creek Mine Train here, I believe it's called. It's a fun mine train coaster from Arrow, but I personally liked Adventure Express at Kings Island a lot more than this one. This seemed to be quite mediocre, while the one in Kings Island was more out of control, but this one not bad, but not the best in my opinion. Next one, a ride I really liked in Busch Gardens Tampa, which is a screaming swing from SNS. Here it's called Skyhawk, I believe. And I'm really ready to ride this one. Look at that. Are you ready for this one, Bart? Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one?
I don't know.
It's quite high. Okay, just as the one in Busch Gardens Tampa, this one is really great. It's a bit short. The one in Busch Gardens was also a little bit short maybe, but the forces of it are quite fun. It has quite some airtime, it has quite some force to it. It's really cool going up this high with this thing. It's just a really fun ride. I really love this one. And Bart, did we enjoy it?
Yes, it was nice.
Yes, it was nice. It's a nice ride. The one in Busch Gardens is also really nice. This one is very similar, of course. It's the same kind of ride. The speed of it is quite nice. The height of it. You also have like quite some airtime on this thing, and that combined with a very free feeling, because there's not much restraint, just a small lap bar kind of thing. It makes this ride really like a great addition to the park. I really love this ride. I hope to be able to ride a lot more screaming swings from SNS, because these are really great. Much better than the smaller versions at Fun Spot in Orlando, for example. But this bigger model, really fun one. Okay, and since we're here in the western area, and we have this amazing roller coaster here in our site, Maverick, let's just go ride Maverick again, because I'm in need of a lot more thrill. We did quite some rides today already, but not really thrilling ones, and I'm really looking forward to some more punch today, so let's do Maverick. I will actually need to put you guys in a locker, if I know where the lockers are. I still don't know. I believe they're somewhere there, because there is a station, but I think, no, I'm not sure actually. Okay, no, I just realized I don't need a locker, because there is actually bins for my backpack in the station, so no need to find the lockers. We're going to just wait in line for Maverick. I really love this ride. It's such a great roller coaster with the snappy transitions, the speed of it. Like I said yesterday, it's not really a big one. It's not really a high one. It's not a one with a lot of inversions. But for being a roller coaster that looks kind of small, it's really a great one. It's such a good one. Look at this flying over these tracks. Really amazing. It's even so good, I bought, obviously, a t-shirt of it. And probably it will not be the last piece of merchandise I'm buying here, because I actually also want something from Steel Vengeance, but we'll find that later, I guess. Anyway, for now, Maverick, really amazing roller coaster here. Really world class for sure. while we're having a refreshing drink here, there's more animals, cutie pies, goats. Hello, cutie. Hello. Are you eating? I'm drinking. Yeah. Cheers to you. The other ones are not interested at all. Eating. It's much more important. I have to eat. It's a sheep, I think. It's not a goat. That one's a goat. Yoo-hoo! Are you still not interested? No. Okay. And these llamas or alpacas, I don't know what it is, they're still here, of course, but there's another animal which was not here yesterday, which is this. What is it? Camel? Look at this. Such a cutie. Look at this beauty here, by the way, Millennium Force. Since we're here, I actually look forward to riding this one again. Are we going to do Millennium Force? Are we going to do Millennium Force?
I don't know.
Alright, I'll just decide we're going to do Millennium Force. I really like this really cool tall roller coaster here. Such a great one. Yesterday I really enjoyed riding this one. So today my body is just ready for a second ride on this beauty. And I'm still quite amazed how high this coaster looks from down here. On pictures it looked high, but in real life it also is quite intimidating, the height here. So I cannot wait to go down on this drop again. Oh, really pumped up again after this amazing second ride here on Millennium Force. Such a great coaster, really. Like I said yesterday already, it's not really about the airtime on this thing. It has like 2 or maybe 3 airtime moments, but not really like very powerful moments. But it's more about the speed and the G-forces on this thing. Actually, it like I said yesterday already, it pulls quite some G-forces. But if you come here, don't expect this to be like the best ride in the world. Don't get me wrong, it's a world-class roller coaster, but it's not the best of the best. It's a really great one, but just don't expect too much, because after riding it the second time I can see why some people would be disappointed, I think, because it doesn't have a lot of airtime moment and the layout is maybe not that interesting. It's more about the continuous speed and the really powerful G-forces on this thing. But if you don't expect anything more than that, then you will have a great time on this ride. But yeah, you will always have a great time on this ride, obviously, but just don't expect too much of it. And since we're doing some re-rides on coasters we already did, we're going to do another re-ride on a really great coaster, and that is this one here. It looks very mysterious here in the mist. Valravn, the incredible dive coaster. Yesterday we had a front row ride on this thing, and today we'll see what ride we get. With front row was really an amazing experience actually on this thing. It was really cool, and I hope, kind of hope to be able to ride it in the back maybe now, but we'll have to see. Actually, it doesn't matter what row I'm getting. I just want to ride this really great dive coaster again. Just look at that drop. Look at that. Oh my god. Now this part here, which I'm filming right now, this is not the best part, I do admit. The first drop is really great. But then you have like, yeah, this moment is kind of, it's okay-ish. But it actually gets better from this moment actually, because here you have this incredible zero G roll where you have quite some hang time, and then here at the end you have a really great airtime hill, which gave quite some airtime actually yesterday. So hopefully today that will be the same. And I'm glad I did this one as my first big dive coaster actually, because normally it should have been Shikra, because I have been to Busch Gardens twice. The Shikra was closed both times, as you know, but I think this one is a better model of this ride because of that addition of that zero G roll and that airtime hill, which in my opinion are the best things about this ride together with the first drop. So really great dive coaster, and I'm really, like I said, I'm really I'm really repeating myself a lot here, and I really look forward to riding it again. Okay, we did Valravn again. I said earlier I want to do it in the back row, but once we were at the station, we actually decided, yeah, maybe the front row is better, because just that view on the first drop with that holding brake, if you sit in the front, it's such a cool view. And the cool thing is that today it's quite misty, so when we were at the top earlier, it was even more misty than it is now, and we couldn't barely see the ground, which was kind of cool. So that was a pretty unique experience to have this big drop on a big ride like this, surrounded by mist, which was pretty cool. But like I said earlier, I really enjoyed this dive coaster, and especially the end part with the cool, what is it, inversion at the end with a lot, but really a lot of hang time, and the cool airtime hill. It's really this part, the best part of the ride for sure. meantime, we're back here at the main entrance because we rode the sky ride here from Valravn all the way here to the main entrance. It's nice to do it once. It gives quite a fun overview over some rides here like Valravn, Raptor. You see Gatekeeper and such. It's nice. It's a bit misty today, so the view was not really that clear, but it also gives some kind of a special, unique atmosphere with the mist here, in my opinion, actually. But we're going for another ride now on Gatekeeper, which is an incredible wing coaster. It's not as good as Phoenix and Toverland, in my opinion, but it's longer and it's still a fun ride, of course. So let's get to Gatekeeper and ride again. Okay, we just had another ride here on Gatekeeper, and I said earlier that I liked Phoenix in Toverland maybe a little bit more than Gatekeeper, although this one is longer. But I've changed my mind because I rode it my first ride yesterday in the front. Today I rode it in row 6, and it was actually better than Phoenix this time. Now, what changed my opinion? Well, actually the fact that on row 6 you have a lot more airtime on this ride actually compared to row 1. And I personally, I love airtime. I'm a really big fan of airtime on roller coasters. So I got to admit, the airtime on row 6 here on Gatekeeper made this ride actually better than the one in Toverland. Although I have to admit the zero-G roll in Toverland is maybe a bit better than the one here on this one, but this one it's pretty cool. Now, what I also liked is I was sitting on the outside of the train right now, and the near miss moments above the main entrance are actually really cool when you sit on that side of the train, because yeah, you have a feeling you're really going to touch those yeah, what is it, keyhole kind of things. It's really cool. But anyway, row 1, not better as Phoenix and Toverland. Row 6, or more at the back of the train, better than Phoenix and Toverland. So Gatekeeper, I've changed my mind. I really love this one. And we're back outside of the park, back at our hotel here, Hotel Breakers, because we're going to have some dinner here, hopefully the sushi, if there is some spots available there. But we had a great day here again in Cedar Point, day 2, with a lot of great roller coasters again, some re-rides from the ones we did yesterday, and some new roller coasters. And tomorrow is day 3, but first some dinner. And we're back here in our hotel room here at Hotel Breakers. We had some sushi, which was pretty okay, but the biggest part of the restaurant was actually some kind of show cooking kind of stuff, which is definitely fun to see. But after a busy day of yeah, riding roller coasters and such, I have to admit I kind of hoped for yeah, a relaxing end of the day, but with the show cooking in the background and such, there was quite some loud noises and such from people screaming and shouting during those yeah, what is it, performances from the cooks. It was maybe kind of annoying, but maybe that's just because I'm much more down to earth and calm compared to Americans, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, the food was good. I enjoyed it. It was a great end of our second day here at Cedar Point. And I'm just totally in love with this park, actually. It has so many great rides, and especially roller coasters, making this place like an absolute must, actually, for everyone calling him or herself a roller coaster enthusiast. It was just, it's just great to do some re-rides on world-class roller coasters such as Millennium Force, Gatekeeper, Valravn, Maverick and such. But we also did some rides on coasters we didn't do yesterday, such as, for example, the surprisingly fun Gemini, in my opinion, or the great hyper coaster Magnum XL-200, which was really such a great hyper coaster in my opinion. But anyway, tomorrow is our third and final day here at Cedar Point, as we will be flying back to Belgium the day after, so we're going to make sure to really take advantage of that last day tomorrow. We ride yeah, our most favorite coasters here again. But that's for tomorrow. First, a well-deserved night rest here, and I'll see you again in the next video. See ya!